Okay, spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Leo's highest good. How is Leo feeling in this third week of July 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Leo, please. How is Leo feeling? Where's everyone listening from? Okay, so we've got the Hermit. The Eight of Cups. Wow, what is going on? Every reading I've done today has got the Eight of Cups. A lot of endings happening at the moment. It's a full moon, you know, and we're going into Mercury retrograde, so there's a lot of reflection going on with the Hermit, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Someone's trying to be resilient and leave a relationship. They've done a lot of introspection, and this is what's the right thing. Okay, it's not going to be easy, but it'll be worth it. So we've got a major arcana with the Hermit. Now, Hermit is the major for Virgo. Virgo is known as Dike, the Greek goddess of justice. Dike was born mortal and put on earth to manage human justice. She lived in the Golden Age, a time of peace and happiness. When Zeus defeated his father Cronus, he reduced springtime and made the 4 seasons. Humans began mistreating each other and not honouring any gods. Because of this, Dike warned humans about having abandoned the ideals of their ancestors and said things would only worsen, but they didn't care. I didn't care what you want, it's my channel. It is a history lesson. We're intelligent people. We're trying to understand our spirituality, our life lessons. And this adds another dimension to the understanding of these cards. Because of this, DK warned humans about having abandoned the ideals of their ancestors and said things would only worsen, but they didn't care. To understand what to do next, DK flew to the mountains to have a break and think about her life's purpose. Like the hermit, who walks to the top of the mountain to seek solitude and reflection. The struggles they have to find perfection and reach their ideals are qualities of Virgo, as they will do anything to achieve their goals. Being alone in the mountains means they can think without distractions. You are lucky to still be here, but you've behaved yourself, so if you didn't behave yourself, you're out. No one tells a tourist bull what to do. Being alone in the mountains means they can think without distractions. Virgo is an earth sign that cherishes their time to reflect. After reaching her conclusion, DK left Earth and flew to heaven, where she sits beside the constellation Libra. The wisdom you get when you take time for yourself is the light you need to show you the right way. You have the answers that you seek. People are so bossy, my God. You can't just have everything that you want right now. Unless you buy stuff on Temu, which is addictive as. Or Amazon Prime. 6 of Wands, Perseus, victory. Okay, this is you, Leo. You want victory, you want success, you want to be noticed. Six of Wands is like, you know, when you graduate at uni and you just want everyone to celebrate and like be proud of you. You want recognition, you want to be seen. Queen of Wands, exuberance. Okay, Queen of Wands is like solar plexus activated, like assertive, confident. It's Sagittarian energy. Queen of Wands can also be like a seductress, someone who's a temptation. Two of Wands, there's a choice to be made. This is the planning phase. Queen of Pentacles. Leo, are you going towards a Taurus or a Virgo or a Capricorn? Because you're either looking at a Queen of Pentacles or you're becoming someone who was seductive. You're becoming more grounded with that earth energy. You got two queens here, so you could be leveling up. This is about finding security, finding that earthy, like settled, secure, financially secure, practical, nurturing, loyal person. Leos tend to mature later in life, so this could definitely be the case. Okay, so your person's cards are the Four of Swords. They're taking some time out. They've got hope, recovery with the Star. The King of Swords, authority, going intellectual, air energy, heavy Aquarius energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sharp-mindedness with the Queen of Swords. King and Queen of Swords, Six of Cups. They're waiting for a reunion, okay, with potentially an air sign. Potentially an Aquarius. You're looking at them and they're looking at someone else, unfortunately. King and Queen of Swords is divine counterparts. Humble down. I always get haunted by Leos. They're good at the romance and they're very loyal, to be honest. Very thoughtful, romantic people. Ooh, the Strength card, Leo energy, courage. Someone's trying to be emotionally strong. It's like an infinite battle. We've got a lot of major arcana here. We've got the Star card, we've got the Strength card. Whoops. Right, so Aquarius is the major for, sorry, the Star card is the major arcana for Aquarius. Okay, the water bearer. It's pictured by a young man pouring water or nectar, the drink of the gods, from an amphora. It's a Greek myth associated with Ganymede, the son of King Tros, ruler of Troy. Ganymede was a beautiful young Trojan man with whom Zeus fell in love. One day, Zeus sends an eagle, possibly represented by the constellation Aquila, to kidnap Ganymede and carry him to Mount Olympus. The gods recognized Ganymede's beauty, and he became the cupbearer of the gods. Some poets mention Ganymede and Zeus being romantically involved. It's said that Ganymede gave up his title as cupbearer to give the waters of the gods to mortals, becoming the water bearer and protector of humankind. Ganymede became popular in the arts and is associated with the LGBTQIA+ community. Aquarius is seen as the eccentric of the zodiac, where their ideas and dreams are unique and innovative, and they're also considered humane and giving like Ganymede. Water means healing and emotions. By giving the water of the gods to humankind, Ganymede provided them with hope. Like Ganymede, remember that you can be a source of inspiration for others. Someone's got a lot of hope and ambition for the future. With that King and Queen of Swords, they want a divine union, an intelligent one, an intellectual one, a strategic one. Think of a chessboard. These are not people that are foolish. They're very good speakers, writers, orators, King and Queen of Swords. They're about truth, honor, justice, information, knowledge is power. Yeah, I'm on TikTok as well, but I post exactly the same content on TikTok. I don't do lives on TikTok. I might start doing that because I can probably make money doing that, but it's only because the live doesn't save on TikTok. This one saves and then I can break it up into individual readings. I will start going live on TikTok, but it'll have to be in a week's time when we break up for the academic year, because I just haven't got the time to do that as extra, and it will be extra. But I would like to do it actually. My name's Jenny. Jenny with an IE. Okay, so we've got the Strength, Leo, the Strength card. The Lion of Nemea defeated by Hercules during his 12 labours. The lion was a giant beast that lived in a cave located in the southwest of Corinth and couldn't be killed by any weapon because of its skin. Hercules used his arrows, but they would bounce off. Remaining calm, Hercules trapped the animal in the cave and used his strength to put his arm around the lion's neck and defeat the beast. Hercules also had to use his mind to defeat the lion, as his arrows did not hit him. So while he was holding the lion, he looked at its paws. He decided to use the lion's claws to cut off its pelt. The pelt of the lion of Nemea began to be used by Hercules as a cloak that would protect him. The lion was placed in the sky because it was the king of beasts. Radiating gold, Leo is a fiery sign that is fearless and physically strong, but also generous and caring. Like the Strength card, we can find the terrifying lion being embraced calmly. Like Hercules, you have the courage, strength, and ability to stay calm when facing any situation. Okay, so we've got the Page of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Sun card, and the Magician. Okay, so this could be happy news. Sometimes that comes in the form of an apology. Sometimes it's just an offer of emotion, any kind of emotion. Seven of Wands is being defensive. Okay, it's being protective with that shield. The Sun card is all about being optimistic, okay? It's looking for the positive. The Magician is manifestation. So it's like, I've got all the tools to succeed. And you see the 4 aces here. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands. They've got all the tools to succeed. This person wants a divine counterpart. They want someone who's intelligent, someone who is predictable, strategic. They don't mess up. They're humanitarian. You know, they care about others, about the community. They care about justice, what's fair, what's right, the truth. They enjoy to help others. Okay, so this is the kind of union that this person's looking for. That's what they admire. Anyone who's a kind of mentor or a teacher is what this person is looking for. So it's the Magician and the Sun, isn't it? Okay, so the Sun card's represented by the lyra. The lyra was a stringed musical instrument. In Greek mythology, it's associated with Hermes, the messenger god, Apollo, the god of music, and magician and poet Orpheus. Hermes created the lyre after sacrificing a cow that belonged to Apollo. Using the shell of a tortoise, cleaned it and pierced the cow's intestines for the strings. Apollo was angry when he found out about his sheep, but when he heard the enchanted music of the lyre, when he found out about the enchanted music of the lyre, he forgave Hermes and kept the lyre. From that day, Apollo always carried his lyre, playing beautiful songs. When Orpheus was young, Apollo gave him the lyre and taught him how to play it. Orpheus was a great musician, able to move nature with music. When he passed, Zeus sent an eagle to get the lyre and placed it in the sky. Apollo is one of the most beloved gods associated with music, archery, healing, and divination. He is also known as the sun god because of his many positive aspects of human life, like music, poetry, harmony, and moderation. Like the sun card, Apollo's energy was a source of life, a bright light that shined, making everyone feel in high spirits. Embrace the light of the sun and always look on the bright side of life. Okay, so at this point, it's important to look at the bright side of life for the one that's coming in. For you, they must be, because they're showing up in your energy, Leo. Like, this person's showing up as someone who's trying to be positive. They're feeling quite defensive. They're not trusting when people offer emotion towards them. They're not trusting of it. Okay, they're defensive. But they're very determined, and they believe that they have everything that it takes to get a life that they want, okay? So this is the altar in the Magician card. Altars are where people manifest their intentions and desires and manipulate energy, tools and elements to get what they want. It's also where you can offer gifts to the gods, either to please them or to hope they will help you with your issues or wishes. Like the Magician card, the altar will manifest your wishes into a reality. Ara was a unique altar because the gods themselves used it. One of the most important Greek myths was the War of the Titans. The clash was between Zeus and Cronus and other titans that ruled the universe. This was a crucial battle, so before it happened, Zeus and his allies set up an altar and vowed in front of it, manifesting their intentions to defeat Cronus. They have the power and the resources to make it possible, and that's what the Magician card is about. Connect with the divine, speak clearly and confidently about what you want. Use your energy, skills, and tools and take action to make your dreams come true. That's you manifesting. After Zeus's victory, he placed the altar in the sky as aura in gratitude for beating Cronus. Okay, so this is someone that's going to make their dreams come true. They're not waiting around, okay? They want to make it happen using all their resources, all their might. Okay, so in the outcome, we've got the devil. Now, the devil is obsession. It's being obsessive about another person. Okay, it can be a toxic tie or one that's just sexual or, like trauma bonded to someone. It can just be when you're like so determined, that it becomes obsessive, like determined to win, determined to succeed, determined to get a particular person. Or it can be like, habits, destructive patterns of behavior. But let's see what else. We've got the Empress and the Chariot. So you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus with that Empress card, but it's more about going for the person that you desire, okay? Empress attracts, she does not chase. And with the Chariot, that's movement, okay? That's jumping into that car and driving towards what you want. Yeah, so this is, Capricorn energy. It's the major for Capricorn. It's like, I'm not going to give up. I'm ambitious as fuck, and I'm not going to stop until I get what I want. The Empress is the highest status in the tarot deck. She's all four queens. There's a really nice story. These are two major arcana around this Empress, this Libra or Taurus that you could be dealing with. Someone's incredibly determined. You've got three major arcana there. Hi, I don't answer individual questions. Okay, so the Empress, in Greek mythology, Andromeda was an Ethiopian princess known for her beauty. She was the daughter of King Cepheus and vain Queen Cassiopeia. One day, Cassiopeia claimed that Andromeda was more beautiful than the Nereids, a group of sea nymphs. Poseidon sent a sea monster, Cetus, to destroy the coast of Cepheus's land as punishment for his wife's arrogance. Desperate, the king sought advice from the oracle of Ammon, who told him to sacrifice his daughter to save his land. Andromeda was then chained to a rock and left to the monster. Perseus was passing by and saw Andromeda and fell in love with her. He saved her by defeating Cetus with his magical sword. The two lived happily married and had 7 children. Perseus cared for Andromeda and gave her a joyful and prosperous life filled with love. The Empress represents giving and receiving care from others and having an abundant life. Okay, so the devil originates from the Sumerians and the Babylonians, represents a creature with the head and front legs of a goat and the body of a fish. In Greek mythology, it's associated with Pan, god of the wild. Please don't spam. Shepherds and flocks who had horns and legs of a goat carried a pipe and was called a faun. He had horns, the legs of a goat, and carried a pipe and was called a faun. Pan could frighten people with its loud noises, giving the origin of the word panic. Ooh. Zeus placed Pan in the sky for Pan's efforts in coming to the gods' rescue several times. One time, Pan warned the gods that Typhon, a sea monster sent by Gaia, was coming. Pan suggested the gods to disguise themselves as animals to escape the monster. Pan then jumped into the river, turning its lower part into a fish. Zeus then stroked Typhon. Like the devil card, Pan is also connected with temptation and sexuality. Pan is driven and managed to escape the monster, breaking free from its limitations and transforming into a free being. I always wondered why. Oh, that's not the right card, is it? I wonder why it was like part fish on the Capricorn sign. So he's half fish because he jumps into the river and escapes. Yeah, it's about breaking free from toxicity. When it's upright, there's still that toxic energy there. There's like a heavy attachment. But that could be to success, so in which case it's not negative. The Chariot, let's have a look. Okay, so the crab in Latin, Cancer, is the faintest of the zodiac constellations. In Greek mythology, the crab was sent by Hera, goddess of marriage and birth, to defeat Hercules while he was fighting the serpent Hydra in his 12 labours. Ruled by the moon, Cancer is connected with loyalty, moving forward and using their high intuition to overcome obstacles. Likewise, the Chariot represents ambition, drive and focus. The little crab was sent to distract Hercules and was persistent in biting Hercules' foot. Using its shell as an armour to face its challenge, the Chariot also uses its decorated armour with crescent moons, ready for action and what's to come. It's important to use your intuition and all your skills when facing any obstacles that might come across your path to success. Be ready and focus. Like the brave crab, you have the willpower and strength to reach your goals. In this story, Hercules was stronger and kicked the crab so hard that it flew to the stars. Oh, that's lovely. Others say Hera placed the crab in the sky for its efforts. Oh. I think you're a little bit obsessed with someone who's a Libra or a Taurus. I think you want to be their Perseus, Leo. Wheel of Fortune, the Justice, the Seven of Cups, and the Full Moon. Okay, so luck is on your side. This is a destined union. The Justice is things becoming fair, right, and equal once again. We're very inspired, and it is a full moon at the moment, guys. There's a full moon at the moment. Seven of Cups is like, what is it that I want deep within me? If I really am honest with myself and I don't have any inhibitions and I'm not worried what anyone thinks, who is it that I want? What is it that I want? And it's all about trusting your instincts, okay? Drawing out those deep emotions, things that we don't show to others. The sun's all about how people view us, our body type, you know, our general character, our general demeanour, how we behave. But under the surface, that's what the moon's all about, okay? So our moon sign is just as important as our sun sign. It helps us to understand what it is that we care about in life, why we think the way that we think, why we feel the way that we feel. No, I don't have a cat. We were a cat family. Many cats. I'm allergic to them, but we couldn't get rid of them because they're too cute. Destiny and the Justice card. I mean, to get these, this is like painting a new future for yourself with a blank canvas, you know? Full moon. What is it that I want? It's manifesting. It's that energy of new. What are you on about, fake card readings? Just do one. You're the one that's got 69 in your, like, name. There's nothing fake about what I do. Just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean it's wrong. So annoying. If you don't like tarot, why are you getting into a tarot channel just to like road rage at people virtually? You're virtually and spiritually road raging at me. Definitely go to sleep. We'll find each other. Okay, so the scales of justice. Okay, so Libra in Latin is scale. It's positioned next to the constellation of Virgo and identified as DK, goddess of justice. Libra became the scales of justice held by the goddess. The ancient Greeks knew this area of the sky as the claws of Scorpius. The idea of this being related to balance came from the Romans in the 1st century BC. It is said that the moon was in Libra when Rome was founded. They thought of Libra as their favourite constellation because the idea of balance meant fairness, harmony, and justice. The astrological symbol for Libra is the scales, and Libra energy symbolises inner balance and the desire to maintain a more harmonious life. Libra value their principles and has a sense of justice and equality and doing what's the right thing. DK tried to bring balance to humankind by doing what she thought was right. Like the Justice card, it's essential to have balance in your life when making a decision. You'll discover that the reality of things might not be what you expect, but remember to be fair. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune represents a pendulum clock. that counts time, never stopping and always moving forward. Pendulum clocks used to help astronomers keep track of the position of the stars. Like the Wheel of Fortune, the pendulum clock completes one cycle after the other, with its clock hands going up and down, reminding you life will always have its ups and downs. The spiritual meaning of the clock represents life cycles and the importance of living in the present and focusing on your spiritual journey. We experience different life cycles, and like the clock and the wheel, they remind us to embrace change. Turning points can occur, and numerology also plays a role in giving you important messages from the divine when specific times happen, like saying 1111, which means you are aligned with your life's purpose. This card tells you to believe in your destiny. The universe is taking care of you in the best way possible. Also, try practicing the law of attraction. Okay, so this is a period of understanding that better days are coming. The wheel's turning in your favour, Leo. You have at this time a lot of power to ask the divine for what it is that you want. And you can't ask for a specific person, but you can say, I would like a person with these qualities. I would like, a house by the beach, or I would like a pottery studio, or I would like someone who's loyal and someone that I can count on. And the universe will make it so. If you ask out loud and you ask your angels, they're not allowed to interfere, but you can say, angels, spirit team, please, these are the qualities that I want. Because if you don't know what you want, the universe doesn't know what to bring you, so it'll serve you up all kinds of stuff. Okay, to show you what you don't want or what you do want. But if you say, this is what I want someone who's got these qualities, I want a workplace that's like this, I want a place to live that's like that, in about a year, because external realities have to be changed and influenced, it will come into play. Okay, let's get one more card. This is an auspicious time. This is a really good time to be asking the universe for what it is that you want. Say it out loud. Ask your angel team to get to work. Your spirit team can be like any souls, but it can be people from your relatives that have passed away as well. But it's just like all the souls in the ether, really. Judgment. Oh my God, there's going to be a rebirth. There's a whole new future for you. There's so many major arcana here. If you want a personal reading, you need to pay £18 to my PayPal, and I'll record a 20-minute reading just for you. There'll be a private link to a video that only you can see on YouTube, okay? Okay, so the card of the Judgment, it's a constellation. It's a mythical bird, a phoenix that rises from its own ashes. It's a sacred bird resembling a big eagle with gold, blue, red, and purple plumage. It crosses many mythologies, including Egyptian, Greek, Roman, and Arabic, and symbolizes immortality, resurrection, and rebirth. In Metamorphoses by Odin, it is said that the phoenix lives for 500 years. When reaching the end of life, the bird builds a nest at the top of a palm tree using cinnamon bark and incense, and then sets the nest on fire. The flames then consume the bird. A new bird is born from the ashes, and according to legend, the ashes were embalmed in an egg made of myrrh and carried to the Egyptian city Heliopolis, which means city of the sun, and placed on the altar of the sun god Ra. Another story says that the phoenix would take the ashes and carry them to the temple of Hyperion, one of the 12 titans and god of light, father of Helios, god of the sun in Greek mythology. This card reminds you that you have the power to create your own destiny. Okay, so this judgment is a call to action. It's us making our own destiny, our own future. Okay, so let's clarify what's going on with them, because you know why you feel the way that you feel. We'll get shadow love cards. What is it they're leaving behind? Okay, so they feel empty. The person that's on your mind, Leo, the one that you're manifesting, they feel empty at the moment. They're waiting for their true love. They're waiting for true happiness. They've perhaps been dealing with, you know, lesser connections, more shallow connections. Crossing over, bridge the gap between your hearts with trust. Emptiness, right, you've got empty twice. Emptiness echoes. In absence, fill the lonely spaces, yearning for a comforting presence. This person's starting to feel lonely. Okay, they could have been by themselves for a while. Fluttering heart, your passion leads you to the love that you desire. They're ready to love again. Secret desires, unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. I told you there's someone that's on their mind, like someone that's unobtainable for whatever reason. Taming anger, don't roar in arguments, respect can heal wounds. They could have fallen out with someone, and so that's why that person's like on their mind. Okay, they do love that person. This person wants true love. That's their goal. They're not, you know, they might want security, but they're not trying to just get with someone for money or what they look like. They want true love. They feel empty. They feel like lost. They want to be in a loving union, just to experience what that love feels like. Yeah, to love and be loved, reciprocity. Coming home to someone that's making the dinner for them. I miss that. Having someone to make the dinner for. You've come farther than you think. That should be further, doesn't it? Doesn't it make more sense? Like, you've come further than you think. They don't realise how close they are to happiness, this person. They kind of feel like a bit lost, I think. They could have had a few, you know, people that they thought were going to be the one, and it hasn't happened. Let's get a divine timing. Oh, it's starting to get hot now. I'm not ready for this heat today. Ooh, okay. Between September and January. For some of you, it'll be around September. For some of you, it'll be around January. I mean, September is what, like two months away? January is what, 6 months away? 7 months away? Let's get you some advice. Deep intuition, okay? Follow your gut, what feels right. Don't worry about what's logical. Don't worry about what people think. Follow your gut on this one. You've got a yes, you can. Big fat yes from the universe. Needs a bit more time, okay? Give this the time it needs. Let it slow grow. Don't try to jump in all hot and heavy. Look to nature when you feel like it's all getting too much. If you feel really like disconnected from reality and you're spinning, get out in nature, okay? Natural sources of water, the beach, waterfalls, lakes. I love the beach personally, absolutely love the beach. I love the woods as well. Nature's very healing, even if you've got a garden or a local park. Just actually stop and chill. You know, don't race through it. It's not like about exercise or pushing yourself or goals. It's about submitting yourself. You know, use the five senses, like feel. I love, like, you know, walking through like muddy puddles like in autumn time, or like I love listening to the wind like whoosh through the trees in summer. Like I love seeing the sun sparkle on top of the sea at the beach. It's just, you know, stop and take it all and let yourself be in the elements, okay? Take a field trip, okay? So you're being called to spend some time at one with nature, okay? You'll get your head together like that. It'll be really, really good for you. Get out of the area, get out of your normal routine, okay? Because things have got too practical and too mundane, too day to day. Let's get you some essential oils to help you. Tangerine. Okay, so you can put tangerine essential oils into a diffuser, or you can have tangerine essential oils in a moisturizer or perfume. I love tangerine. It's really uplifting. It makes you feel really mellow and like lifted. I think that's supplements, or, you know, obviously you can cook with tangerine, can't you? Let's get some positive affirmations for you, for my Leos, and then we'll be moving on to Virgo. I am proud of myself and my accomplishments. Okay, you've done amazing things in your life, Leo, so you need to take stock of that. It's not always about the next goal or putting yourself down or constantly thinking about where you want to be. There is things that you have achieved, okay, in your life, and it doesn't always look like a kind of status. Achievement is like understanding what value you have other than what you look like. Okay, achievement is understanding how to maintain your health if you're someone that's not looked after your health. Achievement is being more of an empath, slowing down if you're always rushing around going too quick. Achievement is taking time to be there for others the way that others have been there for you, or allowing people to be there for you when you try to do everything yourself. There's many things that can be achieved in life, and it doesn't always look like the car that you've got or the house that you've got, or, you know, the marriage that you've got. It doesn't always look like that, does it? Or what our children are doing. Sometimes it does. Depends what your goals are. But it's not always about status. There's lots of things that we achieve. You know, if you learn to be comfortable in your own company, if you always find that you need to be around others, that you can't relax when you're by yourself. Getting rid of toxic people out of your life is an achievement, 100%. Okay, so you need to say these positive affirmations. I am proud of myself and my accomplishments. Because there's possibly been a bit of self-deprecation going on, which we all do at times. Okay, I hope that resonates. I hope you like it. Please share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. And we'll move on to Virgo. Then I'm going to take a break, guys, because I've been on here for like absolute hours. But it's because these cards are new and I wanted to read the Greek myths behind them, because it gives me, as a tarot reader, it gives me like a lot more dimension to what I'm telling you. I don't just want to say the same thing for each card every time, because I'm studying this, I'm learning it, I'm developing it. As people study religion their entire life, they don't just know everything about it, you know, because they learnt it when they were 5 or they learnt it when they were 10. You continue to study your faith and follow it and change it and change perspective, get deeper meanings. Spirituality, you don't just know it at the beginning. That's pointless. That's the opposite of what spirituality is about. It's about learning, growing, evolving, changing, being the best version of yourself. Okay, so allow me to keep sharing the things that I'm interested in and developing what I know. If you don't like it, you can leave. But do not tell me what to do. I have to enjoy what I do, because I don't make money from doing this. I just want to help people. Maybe one day I'll make money from it, but at the moment, like, I have to enjoy it because it takes hours and it's my hobby, it's my passion. I believe in it. You wouldn't like it if I wasn't enjoying it, and I think you can tell tarot readers that seem like they're bored when they're doing readings.